The third component of the communication process is message. Message is a key idea that the sender wants to communicate. Message is the subject matter of the communication process. It's a sign that elicits the response of recipients. It is something that the sender wants to receive from the recipients. Communication process begins with deciding about the message to be conveyed. Communication process begins with the aim, with the purpose of the message that the sender wants to convey. It must be ensured that the main objective of the message is clear. So, if it is the subject matter of the communication process, so it must be ensured that the objective of the process is clear. The fourth one is medium. Medium is means used to exchange, transmit the message. Medium is the mean through which it is the source through which the communication is the message is processed. The sender must choose an appropriate medium for transmitting the message, else the message might not be conveyed to the desired recipients. It refers to the verbal and non-verbal means that the sender must choose an appropriate mean to deliver his message, unless his message will not be conveyed properly. The choice of appropriate medium of communication is essential for making the message effective and correctly interpreted by the recipient. The message should be clear and should be clear up to the extent that the receiver must interpret it and understand and decode it properly and correctly. This choice of communication medium varies depending upon the features of communication. So, the sender must use either a verbal or a non-verbal mean or medium of communication, and this becomes the feature of communication, what he chooses to deliver the message through. The fifth one is recipients and decoder. Recipients means the person who receives the message, the targeted person who receives the message, the target of the sender to whom he delivered the message. The second sentence of the paragraph is the degree to which the decoder understands the message is dependent upon various factors such as knowledge of recipient, their responsiveness of the message, and the reliance of encoder on decoder. So the work and the purpose of the sender is to deliver the message, and now it's the knowledge of the receiver and recipient that how much he get from the message of the sender. The sixth one is feedback. Feedback is the main component of communication process as it permits the sender to analyze the efficacy of the message. Feedback: the sender delivers something, he encodes something, the recipient receives the message and he decodes that message, and then in response he sends something to the sender, and he also encodes something for the decoding of the sender. It helps the sender in confirming the correct interpretation of message by the decoder. By the feedback, the feedback enables the sender to understand that whether his delivery of message is interpreted correctly by the decoder or not. Feedback may be verbal, through words or nonverbal in form of smiles, sighs, etc. These are the nonverbal means. It may take written form also in form of memos, reports, etc. Sometimes the response may come through verbal means also, that is memos and reports, which we have studied earlier, and memos we will study in the later lectures. Until now, it's sufficient. See you in the next lecture.